morning, Your Worship. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Morris Brause. I'm the commanding officer of the Essex and Kent Scottish. So we're here today to request permission to exercise our freedom of the city in recognition of our sterling service to this community and in also recognition of the 200th anniversary of the War of 1812. Sir.
Morning, sir. Permission granted.
Thank you very much, sir.
Let this serve as the reaffirmation of the freedom of the city dated today, September the 8th, 2012. Whereas for many years, the Essex and Kent Scottish, a unit of the Canadian Forces Primary Reserve, has had its headquarters in the city of Windsor. Whereas the said unit has brought honor and distinction upon itself in this and other countries, and has at all times shown itself characteristic of the highest tradition of the Canadian Forces by rendering such splendid service on all occasions as to acquire the highest respect and esteem of the inhabitants of this city. And whereas, in recognition of this excellent record of achievement, the Council is desirous of expressing its appreciation to the said unit for the honor it has brought to this community. And whereas, this Council, on behalf of the inhabitants of the city of Windsor, shall hereby reaffirm to the Essex and Kent Scottish the right and privilege in perpetuity to carry arms and to march with fixed bayonets upon all the highways within the municipality of the city of Windsor. Therefore, I, Eddie Francis, Mayor of the city of Windsor, do hereby proclaim September the 8th, 2012, reaffirmation of freedom of the city in the city of Windsor, and I urge all citizens to cooperate in this campaign, and that all civic and fraternal organizations and business establishments give this campaign the greatest possible support. Sir, permission granted.
Your Worship, members of Council, the Honourable Brian Massey, Honourary Colonel Hardy Wheeler, Honorary Lieutenant Colonel Standard, honoured guests, members of the regiment. It is our pleasure today to be here representing a history, a strong history of supporting our community. A history where we have had soldiers serve in World War I, World War II, on many peacekeeping missions, and in Afghanistan. But of significance today is also the celebration of the 200th anniversary of the War of 1812, where this local unit, working with the British, provided protection to the local citizens. And based on that protection, where the local citizens opened their homes, fed our troops, and admired their support. This community has continued throughout its history to support this great unit. And it is our honor, Your Worship, to exercise the freedom of the city. Thank you, sir.
Mayor Francis, members of Council, organizing committee for the Old Sandwich Town Festival, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today is an important day in the history of this city and your regiment, the Essex and Kent Scottish. A day when we can exercise our given right to march in this city. I'm here today with Honourary Lieutenant Colonel Glenn Standard to say a few comments about how essential it is for the regiment and the community to act together. The celebrations here in Sandwich on the bicentennial of the War of 1812 should remind us that the peace and freedom we enjoy today was not always the case. 100 years ago, Britain and the United States were at war. This period was our regiment, called the Regiment of the Kent Militia, joined a small group of British soldiers, a larger group of First Nation warriors, to defend our land. The militia were farmers and businessmen, citizen soldiers, who put their lives at risk and the welfare of their families at risk. We repelled an invading force, took the battle to Michigan and Ohio, and defended our land. The end result was that Upper and Lower Canada as it was then known, remained intact. We became an independent country and have lived in peace with our American neighbors for 200 years. Our regiment has always answered the call when our way of life was threatened. We did it during the First and Second War in Europe, recently in Afghanistan, and 200 years ago here in Sandwich. When a military unit or regiment distinguishes itself in combat with the enemy, it is given a battle honor. On parade in the center is a blue flag which we call the regimental color. On it are some of our battle honors, 20 to be exact, which honors our regiment's actions in places such as Vimy, Ypres, Dieppe, the Hochwald, and Groningen. The regiment was recently privileged to receive a new battle honor, Detroit, for its actions in the defense of Canada in the War of 1812. We are thrilled to receive this long overdue recognition where it tells all of us, soldiers and citizens, that your regiment has always been ready to support its community and will do again when called to do so. Mayor Francis, thank you for joining us in Dieppe, France last month to remember our regimental fallen 70 years ago. Thank you and Council for the city's ongoing support of the Essex and Kent Scottish.
We'll carry on and serve down for the park again. Change the song, and then we'll